Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Working Trader, where we look at the Euro USD and GBPUSD and come up with trade ideas for the day, if there are any. All right, so let's jump right into it. Looking at Forex Factory, today we have big news. NFP was moved from last week Friday because of the government shutdown, and it was moved to this week today, Wednesday. So NFP is the big news. That's at 1:30, so we should be expecting a whole lot of volatility at that time. It wasn't moved to Friday because on Friday we also have another high impact news, which is the CPI as well, Consumer Price Index. Okay, so we know where the volatility will most likely occur. So let's jump on the charts and see what happened yesterday and see what we may expect today. So looking at the daily, all right, so our daily analysis, it hasn't changed. We broke structure, strong break, strong impulsive candles, and then after break of structure we expect a pullback. We were in the pullback phase. We were hoping to mitigate the pivot zone. However, we didn't mitigate the pivot. We mitigated the sell to buy range right there. And since then, price has been bullish. We filled this fair value gap, came into this area of supply, which is fractal supply. So not the strongest supply as well. All right, because remember, internal is bullish, swing is bullish. So, and then we've mitigated discount of the range. So it is highly likely that the pullback is complete. Okay, it is highly likely that the pullback is complete, which means this supply is likely going to go. Okay, the supply is likely going to go. So this could be the reaction, and then price might just continue, maybe something like this, until we take out the daily wick swing high. Okay, so that is the expectation right now. Swing and internal, they have aligned bullish. Okay, they have aligned bullish. So we are expecting price to continue until it takes out the wick low. So it is possible, right? Because we've had this change of character right there. Okay, so it is possible that price could, come into this area and then, continue bullish, right? That's a possibility. Or right now it is consolidated and then it will just shoot up. Okay, that's another possibility as well. So, but the expectation is that we are resuming the bullish trend. Okay, the pullback is now complete, and we are likely now targeting the daily wick swing high. So looking at the 4-hour, this is what we have. So our 4-hour swing, we broke structure. Okay, we broke structure right there. And then our internal is down there. We mitigated we just tapped the sell to buy range of the 4-hour, right? And then since then we've had this internal or sub-internal break of structure to the upside, okay, to go bullish. Okay, so right now we are bullish. So internal or sub-internal is aligned with the internal, which is aligned with the swing. So sub-internal is bullish, internal is bullish, swing is bullish. All right, so it's more likely now that this will go. All right, you can see by the reaction it didn't do much, so it is possible that price would now just take that out. Right, this is mitigated, that's mitigated, that's mitigated. So everything to the left has been mitigated already. So it is likely that price will just continue bullish and take all of this area out, targeting this weak swing for our high. Okay, then looking at the 1 hour, we have resting liquidity up there. Okay, trend line liquidity, all of this, right? So it's likely going to be taken. All right, internal has shifted bullish, right? So our swing is bearish, but our internal has shifted bullish. Okay, now we have started to build to make new demand areas. So now we are waiting for this supply to fail. This is the only supply that's valid, okay, on the 1 hour. So if this fails, right, if this fails, then it's highly likely that price will just continue until it takes out that strong swing high. So yes, on the 1 hour, this is a strong swing high, but on the 4 hour and on the daily, this is a weak swing high. Okay, that is a weak swing high. So expectation is that internal on the entry time frame, all right, has aligned with or rather on this lower time frame is aligned with our medium time frame, which is our 4H, and our higher time frame, which is our daily. Okay, so so what we can be expecting, because of high impact news, right, at 130, it's likely that price will just consolidate, maybe, okay, and then we'll be stuck in this range, all right, until 130, and then possibly take out one side and then go for the other side, all right, or it will shake out both sides, take out this side, take out this side, right, before then making the real move, okay, which I would suspect might be to take price higher. Okay, but we never predict price. Okay, we only react when it presents an opportunity. So what we might be looking for is maybe price to drop to mitigate this demand, right, on the 1 hour, and then look for long. Okay, see how it reacts, and then we look for longs. But ideally, we would want to see this area swept. Okay, if this area is swept, then now it will be a good place to start looking for longs after that. So, and high impact news, so we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. So looking at the GBPUSD, and looking at GBPUSD, so we've had a break and then a strong push up, and then we had our pullback right there. So in terms of the swing range, we did not reach equilibrium or discount, okay, but in terms of the internal range, okay, in terms of the internal range, price did drop well into discount and has given a reaction, and this is our sell to buy range as well. Okay, this is our sell to buy range, so price has mitigated that, and then now we are likely going to continue the bullish trend. All right, so what we're seeing, is right now we did have a reaction on this fractal supply. However, it's only fractal, and the internal and swing, they're still both bullish. Okay, so this reaction maybe all that the supply will do. Okay, so today we've been then be expecting, maybe after NFP to see that supply area fail, and we target this week swing high. Okay, so this daily high is the week daily high, so that could now be the target for price. So on the 4-hour, let's see, on the 4-hour, internal is bearish. Okay, we've mitigated the extreme of the 4-hour. We've mitigated the extreme of the 4-hour. We've had a reaction. Okay, however, I don't think this is going to sustain. Okay, so I would say this is going to fail, and then if it fails, then we'll be expecting price to continue bullish like that. Okay, however, this is, what do we have here? All right, so this is fractal breakout structure. Okay, and then we've had a decent push up. Price didn't reach, but it's not yet a clean, valid demand area as well, so not yet relevant. But yeah, I mean, on this one, I'm expecting this to fail. Right, this is a strong. That is a strong internal, right? As it stands, this is a weak internal low. Okay. However, from the swing perspective, we've already mitigated discount. Okay. And it's likely that maybe the swing pullback is now complete. Okay. And now price is ready to attack the weak swing high. So this internal strong high is likely to fail. Okay, it's likely to fail. So looking at the 1 hour, this is what we have at the moment. So 1 hour internal strong. So the 1 hour and the 4 hour, they are both aligned. Internal ranges, they're both aligned. So 1 hour swing still bullish. Our internal has been bearish. However, we've had our substructure shift bullish. Okay, now obviously we've mitigated the extreme. We expect a reaction, and we are getting that strong reaction. We've mitigated this demand area, and we're also getting a reaction out of that demand area on the 1 hour. Okay, so we are getting a reaction out of this demand area. Okay, so I mean, this is all we have at the moment. Right now, it's a bit tricky to really determine which POIs to look at. Okay. However, bias is bullish. Okay, bias is bullish because we are aligning with the higher time frames. Okay, we are aligning with the high time frames. The fact that price has already mitigated discount. Okay, and now we started to, continue bullish. For us to have a full conviction, obviously, we need this strong internal high to be eliminated. Okay, once we have a break, then it's clear, all right, that we are going for the weak highs. Okay, so you may want to wait for the news. Okay, see what happens with NFP, and then after that, see if we can have any clear areas to look for positions to go long from. Okay, obviously on the lower time frames, on the 15 minutes, 5 minute, 1 minute, you could be able to play, some small counter trend shorts, anticipating to also look for longs, once clear structure breaks that are bullish happen. Okay, so other than that, I think this is my analysis for today. Please, if you find value in this material, do not forget to like, to subscribe, and to share, and leave a comment. Okay, other than that, have a good day, and Working Trader out.